James Stevens, and his little brother Liam. After graduation, Noah will attend Ohio University to continue his baseball career with the Bobcats. Noah plans to major in exercise physiology. Noah's favorite baseball memory is beating Miami Trace last night to win the FAC title for the second year in a row. Ladies and gentlemen, Noah Ernst. Our next senior, Nolan Johnson. Nolan is escorted by his parents, Tony and Susie Johnson. Nolan is one of our 2025 class valedictorians. After graduation, Nolan will attend the United States Military Academy at West Point, where he will play football for the Black Knights. Nolan plans to pursue a degree in cyber science. Nolan's favorite baseball memory is hanging out and playing baseball with his team in Myrtle Beach the last few seasons. Ladies and gentlemen, Nolan Johnson. Our next senior, Gavin Jones. Gavin is escorted by his parents, Ryan and Amy Jones, and his brother, Ty. After graduation, Gavin will attend Shawnee State University, where he will major in business management and continue his baseball career with the Bears. Gavin's favorite baseball memories is growing up playing baseball with all his close friends. Ladies and gentlemen, Gavin Jones. Our next senior, Garrett Lay. Garrett is escorted by his parents, Gary and Jenny Lay. After graduation, Garrett plans to join the Laborers Union and enter the workforce. Garrett's fondest baseball memory is beating a West Virginia team in a travel tournament after being down 8-0 in the first inning. Ladies and gentlemen, Garrett Lay. And our last senior is Tucker Williams. Tucker is escorted by his mom and dad, Misty and Morgan Williams, and his sister, Taylor Williams. Tucker is one of the 2025 class valedictorians. After graduation, Tucker will attend Yale University, where he will major in biology and pre-med track. Tucker's favorite baseball memory is spending last year of baseball playing with his best friends. Ladies and gentlemen, Tucker Williams.
Yeah, you can go ahead. Welcome to Jackson High School Sports, live on YouTube.
Okay, we're here at Dick Sparky Haller Field where the Jackson Ironmen are about ready to take on the Athens Bulldogs in a non-conference game between two teams with outstanding records. And today, a significant day for a number of reasons. First of all, as we said, the matchup, but also the Ironmen coming off a major victory last night. We'll talk about that. And also today, senior night was celebrated, rather senior day, given the time of the day, and that was significant because of the quality of these seniors on this Jackson team. And Dan Morrow, we've got a perfect day for baseball and a lot to talk about, both in the past and this game as well.
Well, how about last night? The Ironmen come back to town today to take on the Tri-Valley champions for the second year in a row, the Athens Bulldogs. But they picked up a huge victory last night, number 19 on the season, to guarantee a Frontier Athletic Championship for the second straight year. And Pete Wilson, if my math is correct, 21 straight Frontier Athletic Conference wins for the Ironmen in league play over the last 2.5 years. A pretty amazing statistic that, we will hope can continue again Tuesday night as Miami Trace will come to town for the final league game for the Ironmen, even though they have already clinched a Frontier Athletic Championship title again.
Right. I tell you what, last night, a key game, especially for Miami Trace. A lot of Jackson fans who aren't close followers of the team or parents or whatever of the players may not have realized how good of a team Miami Trace was. They went into that game with a total of only 3 losses and only 2 in the league. So mathematically, with 2 games left between the Ironmen and Miami Trace, last night there at Miami Trace and then Tuesday back here, Miami Trace had a chance to at least tie Jackson for the championship. And, when you're 18-0 going into a game, you think that probably that's been settled, but it wasn't. So that was a big win last night at Miami Trace. Ironmen win 5-1. They did it against Miami Trace's Division I prospect pitcher, Gage Stuckey. He struck out 14 Ironmen, but the Ironmen found a way to score some runs. And on the other half of the equation, Gavin Jones, once again, an outstanding game, complete game, gave up 1
right
in the 7th inning.
Yes.
And so just a really big feel-good victory over there at Miami Trace.
It was a nail-biter through 5. It was only 1-0 then, but the Ironmen took advantage of a couple errors by Trace, did some great base running, stole home at one point on there, and came away with that 5-1 victory. And that was the game of the Frontier Athletic Conference this season. As we said, Miami Trace will be playing here Tuesday night. It will be a big matchup. It'll be a fun matchup, but Jackson has the 2-game lead, and it will be each team's final game in the Frontier Athletic Conference. So the championship is clinched.
All right, so Jackson goes to 19-0 on the season. They tack one more on that historic start to the season. As we said earlier in the season when it was researched there by our good friend, at least what we've been able to document, and I think it's probably safe to say 14 wins in a row by the 1965 team. Jackson achieved that and now has popped in 5 more. And if you look up and down the schedule, Dan, Jackson plays a pretty tough schedule, not only in the FAC, a couple really good teams in the FAC, but some good non-league teams as well. Coach Josh McGraw has always said, in baseball, you're probably going to lose some along the way because of the matchups, the schedule and all, but Jackson so far has not done that.
Well, the amazing thing, Ryan Jones obviously was coming into the season as a Frontier Athletic Conference Player of the Year. He might have won that award again last night with a complete pitching game. I guess that's up for the coaches and the voting media, whatever does that. But it has been an amazing season, the 19 wins in a row. We're going to take a timeout for a Star-Spangled Banner, and we'll be back to talk a lot more about this in just 2 minutes.
I'm Chad Niddle, your Jackson Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Chad Niddle and Edward Jones are a proud sponsor of Jackson Ironman Baseball. Give us a call at 740-286-4872 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs.
Edward Jones, Member Securities Investor Protection Corp.
Parks Edge Event Center. Start planning your event today.
I'm Chad Niddle, your Jackson Edward.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Okay, we're back here at Dick Sparky Haller Field. They've just played the national anthem, and we're just about ready for the start of this game. We talked about the Ironmen, which we should have with that big win over Miami Trace. But Dan, the Athens Bulldogs have a program of their own, 15-4 overall. They have run through the Tri-Valley Conference season. Only one game to go. They are undefeated in league play. During the season, they ran off 8 straight wins at one time, 5 straight wins at another time. They have lost their last 2 against 2 pretty good programs. The huge school from across the river, Parkersburg, West Virginia, in a close game. And then they lost to a very good Circleville team just up the road by a score of 8-0. I'm sure that they would like to come in and knock off the Ironmen for the first time this season, and they're probably capable of doing that. Looked up and down their roster. Heavily seniors and juniors, only 2 sophomores on the roster. As a matter of fact, 10 seniors on that team.
Yeah, senior-laden team, but this was senior day to here. So how about the Jackson Ironmen? We honored 6 seniors in the pregame show, Pete Wilson. And how valuable are all 6 seniors? Seldom do you have a senior class where everyone held huge value on a team that went 19-0. I think that's a very special group of seniors that we said goodbye to today. But Athens coming in at 15-4, and you're right, 4 losses to 4 teams with winning records, but 11-0 in the Tri-Valley Conference. And this was just like last year. I remember in Athens, we went over there and kind of was a battle between the Frontier Conference top team and the Tri-Valley top team. We got a win during the regular season and then defeated Athens in the playoffs, as you remember on there. We got them twice last year, but one of the premier programs, there is only one team that we have had a game against, and that's Uniota. We beat Uniota 3-2 to open up the season. Athens beat them 3-2, so the one mutual matchup shows a pretty good contest coming up today.
Right, and those games, I think, were the first 2 games of the season. Unioto and Athens played right after Jackson and Unioto did. Well, we're ready to go. And the first pitch is just outside. By the way, out there on the mound is Ryan Simons, a junior, usually out there at shortstop. He has seen a lot of action as a pitcher, but not as a starter. Second pitch to the left-hand hitting Bennett is also outside for ball 2.
That moves Tucker Williams over to shortstop, and Jensen Green will be fielding second base.
Called strike on the outside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Ryan has been our, kind of the closer when we've needed him, when we've had those real close games this year, but getting a start today.
Fastball stays up a little high. Ball 3, completing the Jackson defensive alignment. Noah Ernst as usual at catcher. Gavin Jones as usual at first base when he's not pitching. Easton McGraw at third. In the outfield, we have Bodie Wolfford in left, Nolan Johnson in center, and Seymour at right field. They throw over there. It's not going to be in time. Jensen Green had to move to his right. He threw over there low. I think Bennett might have beat it anyway. So Bennett leads off the first inning for the Bulldogs with an infield single.
With all the rain, the grass is always going to be a little thick here at Sparky Haller Field. That was slow getting to Jensen. He really didn't have an opportunity there to throw out their leadoff hitter.
Here is Easton Newsom. He is the shortstop and the son of the coach Todd Newsom. Pitch is a fastball, goes outside for ball 1. Easton is going to Muskingum, an excellent player. Remember him from last year. He plays shortstop for the Bulldogs. Nice pitch, called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's a little coincidental oddity. Easton Newsom, son of Todd Newsom, Coach Newsom has really coached this team, I understand, since they've been 8 years old and a travel team. Coach McGraw has coached a lot of these players on the Ironman team on travel ball, and he has a senior son named Easton, of course, Easton McGraw. So these players and coaches very familiar with each other even before high school. The count is 2 balls and 1 strike to Easton Newsom, and the pitch outside, ball 3. Simons climbs on the hill, needs a strike. The count is 3 balls and 1 strike. And he throws one right down the middle, and Newsom fouls it back to the screen. We've got a full count now, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Needed a strike, threw a fastball, and got a foul tip.
Ironmen will not play on Monday, but they will have Miami Trace here on Tuesday in the final FAC game of the year.
District drawing is this weekend with the Ironmen standing, and all records already are in as far as the voting goes. So the Ironmen undefeated should receive a #1 seed. We'll be interested to find out.
Simons throws another good pitch that Newsom spoils, fouls away to the left side. Count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bennett getting a good lead over there at first, has shown no sign of going. The Bulldogs heard the pregame introductions that Noah Ernst, their Jackson catcher, is going to Ohio University next year. By the way, you listen to those profiles read by football coach Andy Hall for senior night, or senior day. I tell you, so impressive, this group of 6 Jackson seniors.
Very special group.
On and off the field, 3 of the 6 are valedictorians, just amazing. We've got some Division I schools that they're going to, either to play ball or just for academics, or a combination of both.
We're not even smart enough to pronounce the majors they want to major in.
And that gets under the glove of Easton McGraw, goes into left field, and Bennett's going to try to go to third. He's going to make it, and throwing the ball in is the left fielder, Bodie Wolfford, and Athens has 2 on the corner. That one just skipped by Easton McGraw down there for a slowly hit ball into the outfield. Bennett hustling all the way is at third, and Bulldogs have something going here against the Ironmen in the first inning with two base hits. Neither of them hit real hard, but in the right place.
Absolutely the right place. That one kind of a knuckleball, and it bounces right in front of Easton. Took a funny hop, went over the glove, and he gets away with getting runners now on the corners and nobody out. And you're right, neither batter got one out of the infield, basically.
Landon Baker, the center fielder, and Ryan tried to catch somebody napping there, feinted towards third, and then looked back at first, but Easton Newsom not far off the base at all. So runners on the corners, nobody out here in the top half of the first inning. And that ball is fouled away. Baker swings and fouls. No balls and 1 strike. Ironman infield playing a little bit back, and the shortstop at second baseman, as you might guess, pinched a little bit towards the bag. They would like to see a double play ball. They would probably concede the run here. Once again, Simons looks towards third and then looks back at first. You got to figure that Newsom is a threat to run with the runner down at third base, thinking that maybe there wouldn't be a throw down.
Newsom, their shortstop. You know he's a good base runner.
Curveball stays outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Beautiful day, Dan. We haven't mentioned that.
Gosh.
High sky,
Perfect.
just some puffy clouds in the sky. I'm saying we're in the 60s now, and just a very slight breeze.
Early arriving crowd today. They filled up parking lots around. Good crowd here to watch this senior day against 2 very good baseball teams.
Pitch was down a little bit low. 2 balls and 1 strike to Landon Baker. Nobody out, 2 runners on. Third and first here in the first inning, and there is a smack but foul down the third baseline, so it's just a loud strike.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Simons, of course, usually out there at shortstop, but he has seen some action. Kind of a role closer, been very effective in that role. It's a little bit different for him. 2-2 pitch. Curveball, took something off of it, and outside, so 3 balls and 2 strikes. A lot of pitches early here from Simons. 3-2 pitch.
And
There's a back in the left field line drive. Gunner's going to score. He's stopping over at second. He doesn't. And Baker gets a line drive single to the left. And Athens draws first blood here. Nobody's still out and 2 runners on base. Nothing at second. Baker at first. And this will bring up the cleanup hitter, David Sharp.
First hit's not hit hard. That was a legit single.
Nothing cheap about that. Hit hard between the shortstop and third baseman. Bennett easily scores. Nice early hitters, and he gets ahead here with the curveball to the cleanup hitter, David Sharp. Another curveball, called strike 2. Hit that outside corner with that bender. Simon's ahead this time. 0-2. Pitch coming. Right in the ribs, and that's going to load the bases. It went outside with a couple of curveballs, came inside with a fastball, but too much inside, and the bases are loaded. And assistant coach Morgan Williams, who kind of manages the pitchers, at least during the game, he's going to go out and have a word with Simons.
He always gets the first time out there on the mound. Ryan looks like he's throwing the ball well. Had a little bit of bad luck on the first 2 hitters. Third hitter gets a line drive, gets ahead of the fourth hitter, 0-2, but then hits him, so you know that wasn't intentional. Bases are full, nobody out, 1 run already in.
Isaiah Arocho, the third baseman, is up, and he's got the sacks loaded right now.
They're the 7th in our arms. We'll see if there's something mechanically they notice from the dugout, but sometimes it's just just go pitch like you know you can.
Fastball stays a little bit outside for ball 1. Nowhere to put Arocho here. Nobody out. 1 run already in. Athens trying to strike big here in the very first inning.
Oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
goes back to second, and it gets through Tucker Williams there at second base. That's going to allow a run to score. Everybody the guy on second goes over to third, and Athens scores their second run on, we'll call that an E1. A little bit low. Tucker was not able to backhand it there. Baker goes over to third. Sharp stays at first. And Athens scores their second run. This comes on an error. Trying to pick off the runner at second base. Fastball right over the left. Strike 1. Good lead over there at first base for David Sharp.
Back in the same situation there where Sharp will be running tonight.
Ball dropped in there, strike 2. Simons to get ahead here. This is the old hitter trying to get out of this major jam here in the first inning. 2 runs already in for the visiting Bulldogs.
it's just way cleaner. It looks more professional.
Quick throw over to first. Ooh, very close. Had Sharp diving in. Nice move there by Simons and a good throw over there. Infield's definitely a double play depth and a double play position for that ground ball right at him. Use that. Curveball called. Strike 3. Here's Dawson Kennedy. He is the first baseman. The head coach and also the third base coach played ball at Ohio University as well as Athens. Simons tries that double move again. Athens having none of it. Runner not too far off base. Simons seems to pick runners off before when he's in there.
And he's been the shortstop that picked runners off second a number of times.
Pitches low away for ball 1, and 1 ball and no strikes. Runners on the corner, 2 runs in, now 1 out. Top half of inning number 1. If you're watching or listening, plenty of time to get out and watch this game. Wonderful conditions. Smelled good food from the concession stand as well. Good attendance by both sides, especially Jackson for seeing that.
That was a trip out here to eat the hot dog sauce made by the First Lady of Baseball, Terry McGraw.
Game history was
very good. Legendary moves there for that Grand Slam supper that happened in March.
Yes.
1-1 pitch. Nice curveball. One ball and 2 strikes. So Simon's bouncing back here. Steps back on the rubber. Stretch. And the pitch.
So he did not go way almost with the strikeout there.
Right, almost probably could have got a called strike. It was pretty close. That curveball is just hitting that outside corner right now. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
This one's so fluid.
Right to center field. It's off Nolan Johnson's glove. 1 run is going to score. Here comes the second man. He's going to stop at third. In the second base is Boston Kennedy. So Athens scores the 3rd run. David Trout goes around the 3rd. Kennedy is at second. And I'm going to give Kennedy an RBI because if Johnson would catch that ball out there, he would have scored anyway, but we're going to have to probably give Nolan an error out there. He did charge really hard. Yes, he did get to the ball, but it just went off his glove out there. Tough luck for Simon. So Kennedy hit it hard, but there was a play on the ball. So 3 runs in now, no 4 runs in for the Bulldogs.
Gonna be good. They have people all off the field to catch the ball.
No, it's only 3.
The scoreboard says 4. It should only be 3. Runners on second and third.
Right, I looked over there. I thought, did I miss something? The runners are on 3rd and 2nd. Pitches. All strike. 2 balls and 1 strike.
That thing is still 1 out. 2 runners in scoring position.
This is Jack Costanzo, who is the designated hitter. There's a line right in left field. Bodie Wolfford is there. He's going to try to back. Here comes the throw. I think he's come off there. Does score the 4th run right there. And Kennedy will stay at second base. So a sacrifice fly, line right, RBI for Costanzo. And Athens now leads 4-0.
That's 2 batters that hit the ball very well. They hit hard. That was right at Bodie. It's easy to throw in, but just was deep enough. He had no chance to throw the runner out.
Here is Cade Short.
Fired.
Cade Short, the left fielder. Athens' 8th hitter of the inning. Nice pitch. Still with the runner out there at second base. In Dawson Kennedy, Athens has scored 4. Scoreboard says 5. We're pretty sure 4. Curveball stays outside.
Choosing green. Yeah, the person throwing there was choosing green. He's both.
That's a fly to center field. Nolan Johnson coming, and he's got it. That's a very good presentation there. They scored 4 runs against the Ironmen on, count them up, 1, 2, 3.
That's why I'm like, they're good.
I'm sorry, Jackson. 1 run left on base. Half the play is the Athens Bulldogs 4. Jackson Ironmen nothing. You are listening to Jackson Ironmen baseball on the
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, the Telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more, in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
One of the best tickets in town will always be activities at our local schools. Athletic events, concerts, and plays. You can always count on an enjoyable time. Our children are the future. Let's give them all the encouragement that we can. Go to a game, hear a concert, see a play. Ohio Valley Bank. Community first. Member FDIC.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Ironmen have some work to do as they come to bat here in the bottom half of the first inning. They trail, we think, 4-0. The scoreboard says 5. But leading off to the Ironmen will be Jensen Green, and they will be going to work against the Athens pitcher, Justin Bennett. So the lineup for Jackson, Jensen Green in the lineup leading off. He's led off a couple times this year at second base this season, or second base this game. Ryan Simons, who is pitching, will bat second, Nolan Johnson third, and we hope more after that.
Jensen will bat from the left side of the plate against the right-handed pitching Bennett.
8 years old and a travel team. Coach McGraw, the base at all. So runners on the corners, nobody out here in the top half of the first inning.
Third baseman Isaiah Orocho definitely in tight in the third inning. You're here at third base, really in tight on the grass.
Okay, Green ready. Count is 1-0. And that's a line drive to deep center field. Center fielder, though, is there and got it. Green hit it high and deep, but stayed up there for the center fielder for out number 1.
Timed it nicely there.
Ryan Simons, the pitcher, comes up.
Pitcher for Athens certainly helped himself. He led off. He had a single, did score a run in that big top half of the first inning for the Bulldogs.
Bennett, a little right-hander, and Simon swings and fouls off to the side for strike 1. Curveball just missed. Nice bender, but dropped a little too soon. 1 ball and 1 strike to Ryan Simons. And there is a fly ball to right field. Right fielder going back. And it goes foul over there. Hit it deep, and it curved foul left or right of the foul pole there, but inside the stadium. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Ryan Simons. Outside, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bennett doesn't look like he's a power pitcher. 2-2 pitch coming. Tries to drop a curveball in there. Oh, and they called that for strike 3. Looked a little high to me.
Would have been a tough one to get your bat on.
Here is Nolan Johnson, the center fielder. One of 3 of those seniors we talked about who are class valedictorians. There are 8 of them. Their pictures are on the front page of the Telegram today. Congratulations to all of them. Easton McGraw, Nolan Johnson, and that's a foul ball.
He's calling it fair.
Okay.
Calling it fair.
Went off the third baseman's glove, and Nolan Johnson's going to slide into or go into second base. That went off the third baseman's glove. We're going to have to call that an error. Might not have been an easy throw there, but the ball got to him quickly, but it just went right out of the center of the mitt there. And
kind of backhanding it right toward the foul line, but goes off his glove into foul territory, but it results in Nolan ended up at second base. The Ironman maybe trying to chip away at this Athens lead.
Gavin Jones, the first baseman, he has been an RBI machine for the Ironman as a hitter. Fastball is inside for ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. Gavin out at second base. We're going to have to get a clarification, Dan, on the score because the 5 has stayed up there.
Score is sitting up there, and I don't see how it could be, but maybe we missed one. Could we both have done that?
In there for strike 1. Now we'll take another look at that when we flip the scorebook. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike to Gavin Jones as he took one that was in there. Curveball called strike 2, and that one was a late breaking ball in there.
Those curves that are just catching the inside edge of the plate, very tough on right-handed hitters.
This is right-hander against right-hander. Noah Ernst on deck, hoping to get a chance here as the Ironmen have to come back from a early deficit. 1-2 pitch, and there is a shortstop. Is going to make the long throw. It's not going to be in time. They keep the ball. They don't throw the ball away, and Johnson will have to stay at third, and that's going to be an infield single for Gavin Jones. He had a little blooper, fell in. The shortstop made a play on it, but just no chance to get Gavin over there at first base, and the Ironmen have runners on the corners with 2 outs, and Noah Ernst hopefully can do some damage here for the Ironmen, an opportunity to do so. He is one of the Ironman seniors, and he is going to play Division I baseball next year just up the road at Ohio University.
They talk about it in the pregame. We'll go over some of these things, but Noah's favorite memory, Pete, was last night beating Miami Trace to win a Frontier Athletic title for the 2nd year in a row. I think that's a good memory.
And that
he hit him.
Grazed him, must have just grazed his arm around to the elbow. And so now the bases are loaded on the hit by pitch. Didn't hit him hard, didn't hit him much, but hit him. So Tucker Williams comes up with a golden opportunity. He is the shortstop for the Ironmen. Bases are loaded with 2 men out.
Middle of our order full of seniors. Tucker headed to Yale. How special is that?
A Division I university. We have a Jackson High School grad over there just from last year, Abigail Plants, who was a valedictorian as well last year. I understood from her mother she's done well this year. Big adjustment, of course. And there's a ball that gets away from the catcher, but Nolan Johnson stays at third base, took a look at it, decided not to come. So it goes to 2 balls and no strikes. No place to put Tucker Williams either here. Ironmen hope to put a dent in this early Athens lead here in the bottom half of the 1st inning. Two-0 pitch to Tucker. Swing and a miss. Bennett came with a fastball. Tucker didn't get it. 2 balls and 1 strike. And Tucker fouls away, and so Bennett bounces back to even the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Tucker Williams. Sharp lines up on the outside part of the plate. Nice curveball, but Williams ruins it. I think he was kind of waiting on it.
He timed that nice, just barely. He did foul it back, but boy, that was close to really getting a good wood on the bat there on the ball.
You could tell he was watching for that curveball, which has been the best pitch for Bennett so far in this 1st inning. See what Bennett does now on 2-2. Oh, they called that strike 3.
So it was a curveball on the outside edge, and Tucker just got the bat far enough across the first baseman. Umpire called it a strike.
No runs, 1 hit, 1 Athens error, 2 runners left on base. At the end of the 1st half inning of play, the scoreboard says the Athens Bulldogs 5, the Jackson Ironmen 0. This is Jackson Ironmen Baseball you're watching and listening to on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel.
Our family works hard so we can serve your family. That's the motto at Ramey's Used Cars, which is located 7 miles west of MacArthur on US Route 50 next to Ramey's Homes. Ramey's has been providing quality pre-owned vehicles since 1970, and Ramey's also has a high-quality parts department. Give Ramey's Automotive a call today at 596-4694, and don't forget to check out John's weekly specials. Just look for the signs and the vehicles in the front of the lot.
Home. It's your sanctuary. It's pajamas at noon and cookies in the oven. It's fingerprints on the wall and heights measured in a doorway. It's the one place in the world that you know better than anyone else. Jackson County Banking Center wants to help you build that messy, wonderful, cherished place where you can live a life you love for years to come. That's our promise. Jackson County Banking Center, here for you now, here for your future. Visit vcnbfamily.bank for our construction special. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
All right, we go to the top half of the second inning. Athens scored 4 runs in the top half of the inning. They survived a bases-loaded threat by Jackson in the bottom half of the inning to keep Jackson off the scoreboard. And so now on the mound, it looks like we got Eli Ray for Jackson.
Jackson maybe going to do it by committee. That'll move Ryan Simets back to shortstop position. We both. That's what we. Thank you. We just got verified. The scoreboard said 5 for Everett Pete Wilson. We were both scratching our head because both of us keeping a book only had 4 runs coming in.
Right. Well, if you're not paying close attention over there on the Athens side, you're thinking, wait a minute, they took one away from us. But,
yes.
But they gave them one too many on the scoreboard.
Well,
there.
That was correct. Their first 4 batters got up, got on base, and did score, but nobody after that. So it is 4-0. Ironman had a chance there in the bottom of the first to maybe chip into that a little bit, but didn't get that part done. But Ironman have been down before and found ways to win games. Obviously, when you're 19-0, you win them by big scores and close scores. We've had some dandies this year. This one has the makings of another good one.
Noah Sinkoff, the number 9 hitter for Athens, leads off. He is the second baseman. He's also one of their, if not their best pitcher, one of their better pitchers. Pitch is down low for ball 1. So it is 4-0. We weren't crazy, were we, Dan?
Well, we were starting to think we were.
Now, we don't need to give them an extra one for sure after scoring 4 for sure. Nice pitch on the outside corner. I think they called that a strike. They did. 1 ball and 1 strike. Sinkoff not tall, and he crouches to boot. Tough strike zone. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball fouled to the screen for 1 ball and 2 strikes. So in that first inning, Jackson hurt by a couple walks, a couple errors, a hit by pitch, and Athens hit the ball hard as well. So they earned the runs, and Jackson unfortunately helped them a little bit to score those 4 runs. That bounces. The good thing is Jackson has a lot of time to make up that deficit.
Yes, they do. On a beautiful day here for baseball.
Jackson has shown a propensity to score a lot of its runs in the second parts of ball games, break up close games. In this game, they're going to have to come back from at least a 4-run deficit. Did that call strike 3? Nope, it was a little bit outside, so we go full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Noah Sinkoff, the second baseman. 3-2 pitch. High and away, ball 4, another walk. That is the
first walk.
Yeah, first walk. I'm sorry. I was looking at those weren't walks to lead off the game. They were singles.
Singles and a couple errors kind of fed into that 4-run top of the first, but that is the first walk. Now we're back to the top of the order.
There was a hit by pitch in there to help Athens, but Justin Bennett now stands up. He started it all with an infield single, kind of just to the left or to the right of Jensen Green out there at second base. That's in there for called strike 1.
Easton McGraw was sneaking up from third base. We almost got halfway toward the home plate, but Bennett did not show bunt.
Well, they didn't show bunt at all in the first inning when you think they might with the score 0-0. That pitch is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Eli, number 23, a junior, excellent athlete, runs well. One of the Ironman's pitchers that you'll see in some of the games. Pitches high and away for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Boy, it's a time of the year when you're squeezing in games that have been rained out or adjusted one way, shape, or the other, and you are having to really concentrate. Your pitching staff depth is huge right now.
And that pitch is hit high in the air to center field. Looks like Johnson was placed well for the left-handed hitter, and he gets it for the first out. Bennett hit it well, but up in the air, and Johnson was shaded over that way just a little bit for the left-handed hitter. Here is Easton Newsom, the shortstop. He came around to score. He also had an infield single. That was the one that took kind of a bad bounce and skipped by Easton McGraw at third base. He is also a left-handed hitter, so he went the other way last time. Quick throw over there. And
it's over his head on first base.
Over the head of the first baseman and sliding into second on what is going to be an error on the pitcher. On the throw over there is Noah Sinkoff, and so that is the third Jackson error, very uncharacteristic.
A couple of them have been worried about the runners that are on base.
So runner at second with 1 man out for Easton Newsom. Some good hitters coming up for Athens. That's a nice pitch on the outside corner for a strike. No balls and 1 strike.
Athens has had a lot of base runners early in this contest, and we've been very worried about them. That has resulted in a couple errors that have moved the runners along.
Pitch tails outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Sinkoff bouncing around out there at second base, trying to get a lead. Simon's feigning like he's going to try to maybe take a pickoff throw, and that is low and away for ball 2. Jackson pitchers falling behind the Athens hitters. Then Athens hitters getting some good pitches to hit ahead in the count. 2-1 pitch coming now. And it's fouled at the plate. Got a piece of it. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
We're right in the meat of the order for Athens again. Easton Newsom has had the single, scored a run.
Jackson definitely wants to keep the game where it is right now. Keep Athens close within striking distance. Just about got a piece of it, did Newsom rather.
Coach's son, you know, he's been playing baseball forever.
I understand that Todd has coached these teams since they were travel ball as 8-year-olds. Pitches high and away for ball 2. Have to figure that this was one of the seasons that Athens was pointing for with all those seniors and juniors. And they have had a great season.
Back-to-back Tri-Valley champs, just as the Ironmen are within the Frontier Athletic Conference. This is a full count now.
Three-two pitch coming. And that is hit in the air, should be playable. Left fielder comes in, shortstop goes back. Looks like Simons is going to take it, and he does. Big out number 2 there for Eli Ray and the Ironmen as they get a good hitter to pop it up into short left field. Shortstop with the put out. Here is Landon Baker. He had a single and an RBI back in that first inning when Athens struck quickly through 4 runs. So after the leadoff walk, Eli Ray has come back to record 2 outs on balls hit into the air. Runner in scoring position, though, in Sinkoff after the error trying to pick him off at first base. Foul back our way for strike 1. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch. Eli had him fooled. Strike 2.
Landon Baker, center fielder, their third hitter in the lineup. Righty versus righty. Big out here.
Just off the plate. Nice attempt there to maybe get Baker to chase that. He didn't. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runner at second, 2 men out. Athens leads 4-0 in the top half of inning number 2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. So Ray, after the opening walk, comes back to record 3 straight outs. So Athens in the inning, no runs, no hits, no error. No, rather, there was 1 error, and there was 1 runner left on base. Middle half of the second, it remains the Athens Bulldogs 4, the Jackson Ironmen 0. This is Jackson Ironmen Baseball on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel. From breaking news to heartwarming stories, the Telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
One of the best tickets in town will always be activities at our local schools. Athletic events, concerts, and plays. You can always count on an enjoyable time. Our children are the future. Let's give them all the encouragement that we can. Go to a game, hear a concert, see a play. Ohio Valley Bank. Community first. Member FDIC.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
All right, we go to the bottom half of the second inning. For the Ironmen, it will be Bodie Wolfford, Ashton Seymour, and Easton McGraw, the scheduled batters, as the Ironmen have their second try against the Athens left-hander or right-hander, Justin Bennett.
Nice job there by Eli Ray. Lets the first runner get on by a walk, but gets out of the inning, keeping the Ironmen close, down 4-0. Maybe time to let's get a few runs on that scoreboard, Pete.
Pitch to Bodie Wolfford is hit hard but foul. Might be important, but I can't help it.
Take it, I'll do it. Got it. The 0-1 to Bodie. Righty versus righty. That's way outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nice little touch as they have the numbers of the 6 seniors on the infield dirt over here by the dugout. This was senior day here at Sparky Howler Field. Nice curveball, a little bit outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1 to Bodie. Nobody out. Bottom of the second inning. There's a ground ball to the shortstop. He fields it cleanly. The long throw's in the dirt, and they get him by a half a step. Boy, that was a tough one. Bodie about beat that one out.
I tell you what, give the first baseman some credit there. He
scooped it, didn't he?
Scooped it. Good play by the shortstop, although the ball bounced to the first baseman, but he made that nice play that all first basemen need to be able to make on the short hop. So here's Ashton Seymour. That could be a big play right there.
Well, it's actually Eli Ray at the plate, Pete.
Oh, Eli Ray, okay, in there. Ashton Seymour was in the lineup to start with, but because of the pitching situation, Eli Ray is now in that batting spot.
Eli with a shot to left field gets us going.
Here is Easton McGraw up with 1 out and 1 on.
One of our valedictorian seniors, 3 of them in the lineup today.
And there's a bunt to the third baseman. Nice bunt, and it goes off the third baseman's glove, and Easton is going to be safe.
Well, I think Easton had a beat out anyway, Pete.
We're going to say, I'm agreeing with you. I'm going to give him a base hit right there. I think maybe there was a chance to get him out, but it would have had to take a very good throw and a catch on the other end. So Easton puts down the bunt. I have to think he's bunting for a hit down 4-0.
Yeah, I do too.
But it worked out.
He did. Great bunt. Third baseman, you're right, would have been perfect to even have a play on him, but did not get close to that.
Here's Jensen Green. He flied out to deep center field the first time. Runners on second and first for the Ironmen with 1 out, bottom half of the second inning. And Green, they called that strike one. Green started to put down a bunt towards the third baseman, but did not. Pulled the bat back. I think it was called strike anyway. I don't think he tried to bunt.
This is where you can put some pressure on that third baseman. He has to stay back a little bit with the runner on second.
And there's a bunt towards the pitcher. They're going to have to go to first base. They do. So a sacrifice play. Nice job by the pitcher. Green was running hard down to first base, and the first baseman had to kind of block Green out to be able to catch the ball. He did that. But Athens will gladly, I think, trade the out for the runners moving up. So that is the second out of the inning now, but Jackson has 2 runners in scoring position, and Ryan Simons with a key situation here. He took a called for strike the first inning on a curveball. Let's see what happens this time around. Dropped another curveball in there for strike one.
That's once again, it's a sacrifice for Jensen, but that's bunting for a hit there, Pete. If he could have just got it past the pitcher more toward first base line, I think we have bases loaded.
I think probably he was bunting for a hit there. And that pitch is low. Good block there by the catcher Sharp. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ironmen would like to claw their way back with maybe a run or 2 right here.
A hit here would be big. 2 runners in scoring position. There are 2 outs. Catcher is going to run out and discuss that last pitch with Justin Bennett, the pitcher.
One pitch coming from Bennett. And that pitch is fouled out of play to the right side. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Trent Jenkins is our foul ball chaser today. He's been standing up here in the dugout with us so he can get a better view of where they're headed. Doing an excellent job.
Okay. Not a bad day to be shagging foul balls. 1-2 pitch coming to Ryan Simets. Curveball,
yes.
Right up the middle, base hit. 1 run scores. Here comes the second one. Here comes the throw home. Slides in safely. They throw down to second base. It's off the shortstop's glove, but staying at second base is Simets. So Simets, big base hit, brings in 2 runs, and the Ironmen draw closer at 4-2. There was a play at the plate, but the runner, Easton McGraw, beat it. They throw down to second to try to get Simons trying to advance. Goes off the glove of the shortstop, and he's safe at second base. And so Simons in scoring position, and a 2 RBI single gets the Ironmen within 2, 4-2.
Big hit right up the middle by Simons. Timed it perfectly there. Then excellent base running, especially Easton McGraw with a good slide at home plate. Then they throw it back, but Ryan able to advance on the throw toward home plate to get to second base. So we got that runner in scoring position, as you said.
Nolan Johnson comes up. Remember, he hit the hard line drive at the third baseman that went off the third baseman's glove. He ended up on second base on that. Didn't come around to score, but he did hit the ball hard that first time. Curveball stays high, ball 1.
You know, last year we played Athens twice. They were outstanding last season also. We scored runs on them, though. Beat them 7-1 in the regular season and 15-7 in the tournament. This could be another shootout, hopefully, today. We need some runs. We just got 2 big ones to cut the lead in half.
Pitch is inside, almost hits him. Ball 2 to Nolan Johnson. So Bennett struggling a little bit here in the second inning. Couple of decent plays defensively have kept it from being worse for Athens. fielded the bunt well, and that, of course, that first play where Bodie was out on a bang-bang play at first base to begin the inning. Johnson's going to get the chance to look at a 2-0 pitch. And that is, did that hit him?
It hit him right there. It looked like on the wrist.
Tried to get the ball inside on Nolan, and it was too far inside, so now there's 2 runners on base, and here is Gavin Jones up. He had a single the first time. Ironman with an opportunity to get even closer here after scoring 2 to cut the lead to 4-2. One of their best hitters up with 2 men on base. Pitch is called strike over the inside corner, a fastball.
Oh, and that was close to being a little high also, but Gavin doesn't look back at the umpire, but just shake his head a little bit.
He's very selective, though, especially early in the count, trying to measure the pitcher, getting the pitch that he wants. Pitch is down low, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ironmen have 2 on. There are 2 men out. The Ironmen have scored 2 in the inning to draw within 2. It's the Bulldogs 4 and the Ironmen 2 here in this non-conference showdown between 2 conference champions. One pitch. Called strike 2 on the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gavin shakes his head again a little bit. Bennett takes a long look in at the catcher, Sharp. Still looking. Now he's ready. And now he steps off. Thinking hard out there on the mound. The second baseman for Athens is almost in center field. The shortstop playing very deep as well against Gavin Jones. Of course, the outfield deep.
Seems to be a big gap out there in left center field. If Gavin can shoot one over the shortstop's head, he might be running for a while. Left fielder playing him tight down the left field line.
Right fielder also pulled way towards left field. He's almost in right center field. 1-2 pitch coming to Gavin Jones, and now he steps off again. And Sharp is going to go out and have a talk with him. And Coach Josh McGraw is going to talk the lead base runner, Simets.
Yep.
Morgan Williams over there having a word with Nolan Johnson at first base. Key situation
All
right
kinds
here.
of discussions going on, but you're right. Athens scored 4 in that top of the first, and the Ironmen trying to work their way back in this one. So much online in the mind of the kids with that 19 wins in a row going for them.
No, and
it's a regular season game. Tournaments are already going to be selected for the draws, whatever. Not a whole lot on the line on this, except a lot of pride.
Oh, always. The 1-2 pitch coming to Gavin Jones. And there's a line drive to center fielder. Center fielder goes back. He's got a chance. He's got it. Well, Jones hit it hard, but right at the center fielder. But the Ironmen do start to come back here in the inning for the Ironmen. They have 2 runs on 3 base hits. There was no Athens errors, and there was 2 runners left on base. So at the end of 2 innings of play, it's now the Athens Bulldogs 4, the Jackson Ironmen 2. This is Jackson Ironmen Baseball on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel.
Home, it's your sanctuary. It's pajamas at noon and cookies in the oven. It's fingerprints on the wall and heights measured in a doorway. It's the one place in the world that you know better than anyone else. Vinton County National Bank wants to help you build that messy, wonderful, cherished place where you can live a life you love for years to come. That's our promise. VCNB, here for you now, here for your future. Visit VCNBfamily.bank for our construction special. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Spring is in the air, and the McNerlin Network team at Howard Hanna is proud to sponsor Herds of Hope and their annual Spring Vendor Fair. Join us April 5th at Christchurch in Jackson, where you can shop, support local vendors, and even sign up to be one yourself. Visit the McNerlin Network team's Facebook page or Herds of Hopes to sign up, or call us at 702-6000 to have the link emailed to you. Plus, don't miss out on the Egg My Yard event. Let Herds of Hope's royalty help you hide eggs for your little ones. At Howard Hanna, we don't just sell homes, we invest in our community. Green and gold means sold. Call 702-6000 or stop by the McNerlin Network team at 135 East Huron Street in Jackson for more details. See you at the Spring Vendor Fair, and don't forget to Egg My Yard.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Back here at Sparky Howler Field on a beautiful Saturday now afternoon as we've hit the noon hour. Jackson find themselves down to a very good Athens Bulldog team by a score of 4-2. We are in the top of the third inning. Eli Ray is going to pitch his second inning out there for Coach McGraw. And he will be facing David Sharp. Sharp is the catcher. First pitch, a curveball for a strike. Sharp was hit by a pitch in that 4-run first inning, ended up coming around to score a run for the Bulldogs. There's a curveball, going to be called a strike. One on the inside, one on the outside of the plate, and Eli gets quickly ahead of the count, 0-2. And there is a shot to left center field. Nobody's going to chase that one down. It goes all the way almost to the fence. Chased down now by Nolan Johnson. He'll get it back in. But that is a double to lead off here in the top of the third inning.
He took 2 called strikes and then just whacked the heck out of the next pitch to the base of the fence there in left center field. Easy stand-up double for David Sharp. And once again, the Ironmen have a challenge here to try to keep the Bulldogs within 2.
Third straight inning that the leadoff hitter has got on base for the Bulldogs. This brings up third baseman Isaiah Orocho.
Good job.
Was that close? Pretty close.
Only Mr. and Mrs. Orocho know.
Okay, well, that's a hard hit ground ball to Gavin Jones. He fields it cleanly, touches the base. That is the first out in the inning, but it does advance the runner, David Sharp, over to third base. So with one out, that worked basically like a sacrifice. Dawson Kennedy, the first baseman, will come in. He got on by an error, but that error resulted in an RBI in the 4th run. And there's a pitch past the catcher, and that will be an easy score for David Sharp on the wild pitch. And that will be the 5th run of the contest for the Bulldogs.
No, that one hit in front of the plate.
It's got to be a wild pitch to get past Noah, doesn't it, Jess?
It's a wild pitch, and it bounced far enough away that Sharp scored fairly easily.
Yep. That does clear the bases. That pitch is outside. One out, nobody on, but a run already in after the double by Sharp, the catcher, and he comes home with a wild pitch to score the 5th run for the Bulldogs. And there's a ground ball right up the middle, hit hard, and that's another single. Dawson Kennedy with a hit. He is on first base. Bring up our designated hitter. You got to help me with this one, Pete. Jack Kristofko.
Let's see here. Where's that name?
Kristofko or Tristofkek?
Kristofko.
Kristofko.
If you're out there, Mr. and Mrs. Kristofko, tell us if we've got it.
Well, he had a sacrifice fly and an RBI in the first inning. Comes up with one out and a runner on first. That pitch is high. He looks at it go by him. 5-2 here at Sparky Howler Field. Ironman trying to keep this perfect season intact coming into today's contest with a 19-0 record. The 3 balls, no strikes. That's a strike right down the middle. 3-1 your count. Kristofko, the designated hitter. That pitch is outside. That will be a walk. 2 runners on now, first and second base, and only 1 out. Cade Short flew out in the first inning. He is their left fielder. Still only 1 out, 5-2, your Bulldog lead. Pitch is a strike, good fastball on the outside part of the plate. Good crowd on hand here to see our 19-0 Ironman and Frontier Athletic Conference Championship Ironman team. Curveball, boy, he looks at it closely. It just stays outside. There's a ball hit up in the air. Ironman should get a play on it. Looks like Nolan Johnson will center under it, makes the catch. Both runners will stay at first and second. That is the second out. Noah Sinkoff, who led off the second inning with a walk, got as far as second base but did not score, will be the batter. He is the second baseman. 2 runners on, 2 outs. Trying to keep this Athens Bulldog team within 3 runs of the Ironman. There is a foul ball down the left field line, well foul. Somebody's backyard. Eli Ray on the mound. The 1-1 pitch, little bit inside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Jackson will be home Tuesday night with their arch rival Miami Trace coming to town. Boy, there's a shot right up the middle. That will be a base hit. Let's see if the run scores. It does. Nolan Johnson will get it back into the infield, but the runners will be on the corners. Big hit there by their number 9 hitter. That's an RBI. Dawson Kennedy scores. Kristofko ends up on third base. Still 2 outs, runners on the corners, and that brings up your leadoff hitter, Justin Bennett. He is the pitcher. Has a runner in scoring position and a 6-2 lead in this contest. He'd love to add to that.
So Athens gets the 2 runs that they gave up to Jackson right back, and they're back ahead by 4 here.
Bennett is 1 for 2, singled in the first, scored a run. The 0-1 pitch is high and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Third hit in the inning for the Bulldogs. Add in a walk. It has resulted in 2 runs. That one's fouled back against the net. Runner running on first base, but that ball is fouled back over the net that time. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. 6-2, the Bulldog lead. Don't think we've been down as much as 6-2 this year, Pete.
I don't remember that we have. We just don't give up very many runs, well, so it's hard to be down 4.
You're right. We've won a handful of close games. Now there is a shot down the right field line. That is foul. Turned nicely on that. Count still stays 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. The 1-2, that's high and outside. There's a throw down to third base. Did they get him? Boy, the third base runner just gets back. Christofko, good throw by Noah Ernst to challenge him. Now that did allow the runner on first to advance to second. That's Sinkoff. So now you got 2 runners in scoring position. 2-2 and 2 outs. And there's a ground ball. It might be a seeing eye single. It is into right field. 1 run will score. Second run will, or the second base runner will stay at third. So we got him on the corners, and another run is in. Bennett helps himself with an RBI single and gets the lead now to 7-2 with maybe their top player up, Easton Newsom at the plate, coach's son. And that's going to be a softly hit ball to left field and a nice diving catch by Bodie Wolfford. Bodie had to come in on that one, dove, made the catch, and finally gets the Bulldogs out of this 3rd inning, but not until they score 3 runs. They had a total of 4 hits, 1 walk, 3 runs come in, and the lead after 2.5 innings is the Athens Bulldogs 7, the Jackson Ironmen 2. We'll be back in just 1 minute.
Home. It's your sanctuary. It's pajamas at noon and cookies in the oven. It's fingerprints on the wall and heights measured in a doorway. It's the one place in the world that you know better than anyone else. Jackson County Banking Center wants to help you build that messy, wonderful, cherished place where you can live a life you love for years to come. That's our promise. Jackson County Banking Center, here for you now, here for your future. Visit vcnbfamily.bank for our construction special. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I'm Chad Niddle, your Jackson Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Chad Niddle and Edward Jones are a proud sponsor of Jackson Ironman Baseball. Give us a call at 740-286-4872 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs.
Edward Jones, Member Securities Investor Protection Corp.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Bottom of the 3rd inning, and the Ironmen have their work cut out for them today at Sparky Howler Field. It is senior day, and one of those seniors is going to lead off this inning. Let's see if we can get something going, Pete Wilson, as Jackson finds themselves down by a score of 7-2. Noah Ernst will come to the plate. He was hit by a pitch his first time up, followed by another senior in Tucker Williams. Ironmen need some runs.
Yes, they do. The Ironmen have shown the ability to come back in games and take advantage of situations. But as you said before, even though we're only in the 3rd inning, I don't think they've had a hole like this in any of their games before.
I agree. And, you know, when it was 4-0 in the 1st inning, we said, boy, we got a lot of time left. But that time quickly gets away from you. There's a swing and a miss by Noah. Noah Ernst, what a career he's had here at Jackson, and he is headed to a high university to play baseball. He's going to major in exercise physiology. That's a curve ball. Noah holds off on it, so it will be 1 ball, 1 strike. Ironmen need base runners. Pitch a little bit outside. 2 balls, 1 strike.
I think Bennett wanted that one.
Hard one for Noah to watch by, but it was a little outside. Now he's a little bit ahead in the count. That one's fouled back, straight back at us. 2 balls, 2 strikes. First batter here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. That's a curve ball that is called strike. And that is a called strikeout. Pretty curveball. I'll tell you, that's coming right at Noah and just catches the inside of the plate.
Late breaking curveball froze him. They give credit to Bennett. Wonderful pitch.
Yep. Tucker Williams at the plate. Tucker struck out his first time up. There's a bunt, and it's going to be a good one. I don't think they're going to have a play on him. They don't. Tucker beats that one out. The pitcher did field the bunt, but not until Tucker was a couple steps by the bag did he get the throw over there. So we got a base runner, and Bodie Wolfford coming to the plate.
Right, the throw was about when Williams got there, but the first baseman was pulled off the bag, so no question about Williams being safe and getting credited with a bunt single.
Tucker'd always be a threat to run, but I don't know, at 7-2, you would not want to get thrown out on the base pass. So let's see what the Ironmen decide to do. Bodie at the plate. That pitch is inside. Oh, if it didn't hit him, it was very close. He's able to back out of the way. He's backed up our batters a few times, has hit one of them. Nolan Johnson, no, we've hit twice. Noah Ernst and Noah Johnson have both been hit by pitches. Pitch to Bodie, a little bit low. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Tucker Williams with the bunt single on first base. That pitch is way outside. 3 balls, no strikes. Boy, his curveball has been his go-to pitch, Pete. That fastball a little bit wide. Justin Bennett coming with his fastball right across the plate. 3 ball, 1 strike. Now Bodie can try to pick one out. The 3-1, nope, there's a throw over to first. Tucker's back easily. Upright. Jensen Green was warming up in the bullpen. Now he's walking back to the dugout. That pitch is hit deep to center field. Center fielder's backing up, and he gets there. Catches it against the fence, falls down, but holds on to the ball. Bodie Wolfford hits it to just about the deepest part in the park, and the center fielder, that is Landon Baker, makes a very special play there, Pete.
Right, he was already playing deep. He backpedaled, took the ball over his head, bumped into the fence, and held on to the ball. So put a gold star by that play, and boy, that hurts for the Ironmen. With the situation that they're in, down 5, and Bodie Wolfford hits the ball about as hard as a man can.
And keep it in the ballpark. First pitch to Eli Ray is a ball. The throw down to first base. Tucker walks back easily. Still have a runner on first, but now there are 2 outs.
Athens, give them credit. That's another thing why they're ahead. They have played good defense.
They have made plays today. That was an outstanding fielding play. Another throw over to first.
Right. You know, it's one of those what ifs, but Bodie hits that ball 4 feet either way. You know, it's hit so hard, it's going to fall in there. But right at the center fielder, right in front of the Sparky Howler Field writing on the wall.
Right about in front of the S of Sparky. There is a fly ball to left field. It is foul. Do they have a play? They do not. That's well out of play. Eli Ray had a hit, scored a run his first time up. Ryan Simetz opened up the first inning on the mound for the Ironmen. Then Eli Ray has pitched the next 2. Might be pitched by committee today, as we've seen multiple players warming up in the bullpen for the Ironmen. The 1 ball, 1 strike pitch to Eli. That is a curve, and he calls out a strike. That's a tough one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I think it's been consistently called today, Pete, but it's a big plate today.
Helps you if you got that curveball rolling all over the place. Baker setting up outside again.
That ball is fouled back.
I'm sorry,
by
Sharp,
Eli.
the catcher.
Good cut by Eli Ray on that one, but fouls it back to the net. That's a swing and a miss. That is a strikeout. The Ironmen go down, leave one runner on first base after the Tucker Williams bunt single, but after 3 full innings of play, it is the Athens Bulldogs 7, your Jackson Ironmen 2. Please pay attention to our sponsors. They make this, everything we do here on the air, possible. We'll be back in just 1 minute.
I'm Chad Niddle, your Jackson Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Chad Niddle and Edward Jones are a proud sponsor of Jackson Ironman Baseball. Give us a call at 740-286-4872 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs.
Edward Jones, Member Securities Investor Protection Corp.
Home. It's your
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, the Telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Couple changes in the lineup for the Jackson Ironmen as Jensen Green will take the mound now for Coach McGraw. That'll put Eli Ray, who had pitched the last 2 innings, out in right field. Tucker Williams, second baseman. Ironmen find themselves down by a score of 7-2. Very uncharacteristic for this season of Jackson, who have a 19-game winning streak on the line. First pitch is a bunt attempt, foul. That is Landon Baker, who made the fielding play of the day so far with that catch of the Bodie Wolfford shot to deep center field. He makes a running catch, goes into the fence, falls down, holds on to the ball. That was a big out last inning. Ooh, good curveball by Jensen Green. Quickly gets ahead of Baker, 0-2. Jensen has been a Swiss Army knife for Coach McGraw all year. There's a foul ball down the left field side of things. Coach McGraw will field that one for the umpire.
Catcher, second base, third base, pitcher, and right field. I know of those for sure.
Yep. Truly feel he could probably play all 9 positions. If you can catch and you're as versatile as Jensen, you can probably play anywhere. There's a ball that is inside and it hits Baker. So the Ironmen, for the 4th straight inning, allow the leadoff hitter to get on base, that time hit by a pitch. Last inning it was a double, the second inning a walk, and then a single in the first. It has made things tough for the Jackson Ironmen defensively, that Athens has constantly had base runners in this contest. Right-hander Green, curveball, a little bit inside. David Sharp, haven't got him out yet. He was hit by a pitch in the first, scored a run, doubled to lead off the third, also scored a run. There's a throw down to first base, and Gavin Jones able to stop the throw. Base runner back fairly easily on that one, but Noah Ernst quickly out of his stance and
had a chance down there to
yes,
get him.
He did. Noah has a rifle for an arm. Two balls, no strikes. Runner on first base. Nobody out yet here in the top of the fourth inning. That pitch stays high. 3 balls, no strikes. This is your cleanup hitter, David Sharp. Rocho is on deck. That pitch is a strike right down the middle. 3 balls, 1 strike. Righty versus righty, and Jensen takes a peek over at first base, gets a runner back. There's the pitch, it's low, it will be a walk. Sharp running on the pitch, but now gets to go in the second base easily, so you got Baker on second, Sharp at first base, nobody out. Orocho, the third baseman. He is struck out and grounded out. His ground out did advance a runner in the 3-run third inning. Got the runner from second to third. There's a ground ball, finds the gap into left field. Let's see if they're going to, nope, they're going to not send the runners. So the bases are going to be loaded and nobody out.
Well, on that play, not hit that hard, but in the right place. Simons was at shortstop, was closer to second base because of the situation, ready to take a throw at second on a ground ball, and trouble again for the Ironmen.
Yes, Dawson Kennedy coming up. We haven't got him out yet. He's got on by an error in the first, and in the third gets a single and scores a run. He had an RBI in the first. Kennedy is their first baseman, and now Coach McGraw is going to take the walk out and talk to Jensen. There's nobody out, and the bases are full, and the Ironmen find themselves down by a score of 7-2. Pete Wilson, the Ironmen, well, they're going to make a pitching change, and we're going to see Bodie Wolfford come to the mound for Coach McGraw. And Jensen Green will head out to left field. This is another position for Jensen, Pete. I don't think we've seen him in left field.
I think when I ran down the positions, I'm not sure I said third base. I think he's been at third base before, too. So that is another one, at least 6 now for Jensen Green. And
Coach McGraw has the whole infield huddled up around him. Jackson in a tough spot here, top of the fourth inning, down by 5 runs, and the bases are loaded and nobody is out yet.
Well, Bodie has pitched very well when he's had the opportunity. He's got some starts this year. Coach McGraw thought there was a good chance he would get in this game, and he is, with his team down 5 runs and the bases loaded. Here in the top half of the fourth inning, got to try to somehow get out of this with as little damage as possible. Athens has a couple of their best pitchers that did not start. I don't know how available they are, but they could come in late in the game to try to protect this lead. Ironmen have been able to get some base runners on and get some hits against Bennett. They just haven't broken through with any big innings yet.
4th pitcher in the contest for the Ironmen today. And I've got all our run. I don't think we have not given up 7 runs or any. I think maybe 4 runs is as much as the Ironmen have given up on this season in any one game.
And Athens, conversely, when I looked at their scores, if you had to lean one way or the other, they haven't given up a lot of runs this year. It's more of a defensive pitching team than an offensive team, although we've seen plenty of offense from them today.
Most runs we have given up this season in this 19-0 start of the season was 4 runs to Courthouse. We beat them 5-4. Then goes down to we've given up 3 runs only 3 times, Pete Wilson. This is uncharted territory for this Jackson baseball team. First pitch by Bodie is a ball. Dawson Kennedy, the first baseman, up to the plate. Bases are full, nobody out. That pitch is going to be called strike, catches the outside edge of the plate.
The umpire is saying the count is
2-1. I think we missed one when I was looking up the numbers for the Ironmen. Here's a swing and a miss. You got it. 1 ball. Well, it's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Umpire making that clear, giving the signal as he realizes people are watching the scoreboard, which was off a ball.
Pitch by Bodie. Yes, a called strike. Thought it was a little bit of a delayed reaction by the umpire, but that is 1 big strikeout by Bodie Wolfford. Bases are still full. That is the first out in the inning. Kristofko, who has had a sacrifice and an RBI and a walk in this contest. He is the designated hitter. Bases are full, 1 out. Bodie the right-hander, there's a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Curve stays a little bit outside. That pitch is hit up in the air, but out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Ironmen have really much hope in this contest. They need to somehow get out of this with minimal damage. There is a pitch that's going to be a called second strikeout. 2 called strikeouts for Bodie Wolfford coming in from left field with the bases full and nobody out, and gets back-to-back strikeouts. Cage Short coming up. He has flied out twice in this contest. Bodie trying to pitch our way out of a mess here in the top of the 4th inning.
Infield now can go any base here.
That pitch just a shade outside. Cage Short, the left fielder, hits a ground ball. It's going to be up, fielded by Ryan Simets. He touches second base, and what a job by Bodie Wolfford to pitch the Ironman out of a very tough situation here in the top of the 4th inning to keep us within reach, Pete Wilson. It is Athens 7, the Jackson Ironmen 2. We'll be right back.
One of the best tickets in town will always be activities at our local schools. Athletic events, concerts, and plays. You can always count on an enjoyable time. Our children are the future. Let's give them all the encouragement that we can. Go to a game, hear a concert, see a play. Ohio Valley Bank. Community first. Member FDIC.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Midway through this contest, it's been all Athens so far, but boy, what an effort by Bodie Wolfford to come from left field in a situation where he finds the bases loaded, nobody out. What's he do? Called strikeout, and a ground out. Nicely done. Keeps the Ironman within shouting distance here, so let's see if we can get something going.
Yeah, I was saying, boy, if we can get out of this with maybe just 1 run, that would be a victory, and Bodie did me 1 better than that.
Senior Easton McGraw will lead it off for the Ironman. He has a single and has scored a run. This is only his 2nd plate appearance coming up, but boy, he had a beautiful bunt and ended up coming around to score one of the Ironman 2 runs. One of those valedictorian seniors, 3 of them in the lineup today. 6 seniors on this roster were honored in the pregame.
All right, and big brother Caleb McGraw here today. Of course, he hasn't been able to attend many games because he's been playing for the Shawnee State Bears down there. Talked to him before the game. Their season is over. Shawnee State went 29-17, and Caleb got some time in, you guessed it, as the catcher.
No doubt about it. It was a very good one here for the Ironmen, and You know what? He pitch hitted for you one time, Pete Wilson. He helped me on a broadcast. Did a great job.
I'm sure he did.
First pitch is a swing and a miss by brother Easton. We're at the bottom of the 4th inning, so the Ironmen, it is kind of crunch time here, down by 5 runs. Called strike. It's quickly behind the count 0-2. Justin Bennett has been very strong on the mound for the Bulldogs today.
Got some big outs at big times, had some base runners out there, but
Ironmen have hit the ball well at times, but boy, some good fielding plays. Runs have been precious. There's a swing and a miss. Gets McGraw on the strikeout. Brings up top of the order. It'll be Jensen Green.
Bennett with 5 strikeouts here in 3 1/3 innings.
Jensen has gone from starting at second base to pitching to left field. 0 for 2. Did get a sacrifice bunt in the Ironman 2-run inning. Had a well-hit fly ball the first time up. Good curveball catches the inside of the plate. Right-handed pitcher versus left-handed hitter. Jackson needs base runners. The 1 inning, we got our first base runner on, Pete Wilson. We scored 2 runs. How important is that? On the other end, Athens, all 4 innings have got their leadoff hitter on. The pitch stays low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the 4th. FAC champion taking on the Tri-Valley champion. There is a shot to right field, and the hitter not going to chase that one down. It makes it all the way back to the fence. Jensen rounds first. He will coast into second base, and he gets the Ironman going with a double here with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning.
And he jumped on one of those slow curves that, you know, Bennett is likely to throw when he's trying to put you away.
Yes.
And he waited on it and just smacked it. No chance for the right fielder down there, and so Jackson's got a base runner in scoring position, much needed.
Ryan Simetz up to the plate, has the biggest hit of the game so far for the Ironman. That's a 2-run RBI single. Drove in both of our runs in this contest. Comes up with 1 out and a runner on second. That pitch is low into the dirt. Jensen with a big lead off second. He hustles back. The pitch. And that's going to be a slow grounder. Can the third baseman get there? He has the throw across the diamond, and he's able to get the throw over in time. Get Simez out at first. Jensen Green advances over to third base. So now with 2 outs, we still have the runner on third. Nolan Johnson coming up. He's gotten on by an error and been hit by a pitch, so he's gotten on base both times. RBI opportunity here with a runner on third. That pitch is outside. One ball, no strikes, a pitch to Nolan. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Well documented, Nolan is headed to West Point to play football. That pitch is outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. What a senior year the young man has had. Great student. That pitch catches the outside part of the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on third. The 2-2 to Nolan. And that's going to be a called strike. Big pitch there by Justin Bennett. The Ironman had a runner all the way to third base, but could not get him in. So after 4 full innings here at Sparky Howler Field, it is Athens 7, the Jackson Ironman 2. We'll be right back.
I'm Chad Niddle, your Jackson Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Chad Niddle and Edward Jones are a proud sponsor of Jackson Ironman Baseball. Give us a call at 740-286-4872 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs.
Edward Jones, Member Securities Investor Protection Corp.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
All right, we go to the top half of the 5th inning now. The Athens Bulldogs drawing ever closer to maybe being the first team to be able to knock off the Jackson Ironmen. They lead here 7-2. They've played an excellent game from the get-go. 4 runs in the first inning and actually have built the lead since then. Lead now by 5. It'll be Noah Sinkoff, Justin Bennett, and Easton Newsom up here in the 5th inning. Of course, it could be worse had not Bodie Wolfford come in with nobody out and the bases loaded and just promptly struck out the first 2 and then got a ground out on the 3rd batter to get out of that inning unscathed, to at least keep Jackson's hopes alive here. Sinkoff has walked and singled. He is the number 9 hitter in the lineup. Bodie goes to work his 2nd inning. And he fouls off to the side for strike 1. Remember, we told you at the top of the broadcast, you know, if you're just checking in, Athens is an excellent team. They've had an excellent program for years. They are 15-4 coming into this game, undefeated in the Tri-Valley. So they were gonna be a tough team to beat regardless. And right now, they're in the driver's seat, 7-2. Second pitch to Bodie is outside for ball 1. Line drive into right field. Right fielder coming over, and he's got it. Hit hard there by Sinkoff, but good jump out there by Eli Ray.
Yes, Eli Ray. Good play on that one.
A line drive, but Ray was kind of playing a little bit more towards right center on the left-handed hitter, and that turned out to be good positioning. Here is Justin Bennett. He has doubled and flied out to center.
I think I have 8 hits in the contest for Athens. They've hit the ball well. Starting from the very start, their first 3 hitters get singles. They have been ahead from the start in this one.
Foul back to the screen.
Ironmen have got to keep it close. They're down to 9 outs left.
Sorry, I said Bennett was 1 for 2. Actually, 2 for 3. Has 2 hits, a run scored, and an RBI. And of course, he is right now the winning pitcher if this game stays the way it is right now. Pitch is down low. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes to Justin Bennett. 1 out, nobody on. Bodie's come on and retired all 4 batters he's faced so far, but now he's back up to the top of the order. Nice pitch,
Good
called
pitch.
strike 3.
That's his 3rd called strike since coming into the contest, called strikeout. 3 of the 5 batters he's faced, he has struck out via being a called strike.
Right, I tell you, he's kind of owned that outside corner. Here is Easton Newsom. He has singled. Popped up to short and flied out to left, 1-3. And there's a ball hit in the air. The left fielder coming in. Got it. Who's out there in left field?
Jensen Green.
Jensen Green, okay. That's his 4th position of the game, I
Yes.
think. So 1-2-3 inning for Bodie Wolfford. Once again, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. In the middle of the 5th, it's the Athens Bulldogs 7, the Jackson Ironmen 2. This is the Jackson Ironmen Baseball on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel.
Baby, Ramey's Homes is all shook up over our low rock bottom prices. One of America's most popular manufactured and modular homes. Ramey's Homes has the largest selection of quality built to manufactured homes in southern Ohio with the most flexible terms available. Don't be cruel. Hurry to Ramey's Mobile Homes, 7 miles west of MacArthur on Route 50 and 2 miles south of Chillicothe on US 23, baby. And we'll see you there, Teddy Bear.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, the Telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Okay, time to get down to business for the Ironmen. Down 5, it's the bottom of the 5th. They will start off with one of their best hitters, Gavin Jones. Noah Ernst and Tucker Williams to follow against Justin Bennett, who through 4 innings has been masterful. He has given up a couple runs. He's given up, let's see, I believe he's given up 6 hits. Ironmen have had some base runners, but just have been able to manufacture 2 runs out of them so far. First pitch to Gavin Jones is that curveball, and it's over the inside corner through strike 1, a get-ahead curveball.
Sponsors so very important. Howard Hanna, the McNerlin Network, Chad Niddle, Edward Jones. We'll try to get them listed in here. Ohio Valley Bank.
Called strike 2 on the outside corner.
Brian Moore Construction, and he's doing an awful lot of work over there at the middle school football field right now, Pete Wilson. That is a beautiful facility they're putting together over there. Dan Daly, State Farm Insurance, Monroe Collision, Osborne Equipment.
And there is a beautiful job of hitting. Are they going to be able to throw him out? No, they can't make the play at first base. What a play by the second baseman just to get a chance to throw him out. He, of course, wasn't very far from the bag, and he pulled the first baseman off the bag, and Jones is going to be safe. We're going to say that's a single.
Nice job by Gavin there to stay with the pitch and just kind of keep the ball in play out there. Able to hustle down first base, and the Ironmen get a leadoff hitter. Dan Daly Insurance, Dan Daly State Farm Insurance, Monroe Collision, Osborne Equipment, Ramey's Home and Automotive Group, Vinton County National Banks, JCHD Search, Ohio Valley Banks, Top Tier Customs, Stockroom, Parks Edge, and obviously the Telegram. Thank you to every one of those sponsors that have allowed us a lot of broadcasts this year, whether it be for Jackson Ironman Baseball or Jackson Iron Ladies Softball.
Well, for the first time, the Ironmen have the leadoff runner on. Gavin Jones with that protecting the plate, reached out and got an infield hit to the right side, and that's called strike again over across the corner. No balls and 2 strikes to Noah Ernst. He's ahead of the Ironmen's strong arm catcher, who also is a very good hitter as well.
Third time up for batters. We hear Coach McGraw say you've had a couple looks at the pitcher. It's time to get something going.
And that ball is hit into center.
That might find a gap.
The right fielder coming in. He's got it. Gavin Jones has to go to first base. Hung up there, and the right fielder got a pretty good jump on it. And that is the first out of the inning. And here is Tucker Williams. He has singled, a bunt, and struck out.
Ironmen have had 7 hits in the contest. That normally would generate more than 2 runs, but they haven't got them at the right time just yet.
That ball is hit in the air, but out of play for strike 1. Bodie Wolfford on deck, hoping to get a chance. 1 out, 1 on. Curveball had Tucker out in front. 2 strikes. Oh, 2 pitch to Tucker. And that's a deep fly to center field. The center fielder going back. He misjudged it, but he recovers and gets one. If we had a warning track, that would have been on the warning track. Once again, right in front of the Dick Sparky Howler sign out there.
Been the most valuable fielder today for them as Bodie Wolfford comes up. Remember, it was his shot to deep center field that the center fielder Landon Baker made a fabulous play on.
Once again, Dan, that was an out. He made a nice play, but if the ball's hit either way, just 3 or 4 feet, it's an extra base hit. Ironman hitting into some bad luck as well, but give Athens credit for the putouts. Here's Bodie Wolfford. He hit a shot back to the base of the center field fence that Landon Baker made the play of the game on. But Wolfford has also grounded out to short. So 2 outs, still only 1 runner on base. As Bennett tries to get through the 5th inning unscathed, protecting that 5-run Athens lead. Curveball doesn't curve. Ball 2. Swing and a miss. Came in with a fastball. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 1 strike. And that fastball was maybe just a little high. Wolfford swings through it for strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Bennett's thrown a couple fastballs here to Wolfford. Curveball called strike 3. Came back with the curve. Athens fans give Bennett a round of applause, and the Bulldogs are excited over there, and they should be. They're playing an outstanding game. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on. We've gone 5 full innings of play, and the Bulldogs are in charge right now. It's the Bulldogs 7, the Ironmen 2. This is Jackson Ironman Baseball on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel.
Home. It's your sanctuary. It's pajamas at noon and cookies in the oven. It's fingerprints on the wall and heights measured in a doorway. It's the one place in the world that you know better than anyone else. Jackson County Banking Center wants to help you build that messy, wonderful, cherished place where you can live a life you love for years to come. That's our promise. Jackson County Banking Center, here for you now, here for your future. Visit vcnbfamily.bank for our construction special. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Okay, we go to the top half of the 6th inning. Jackson leading 7-2. Jackson trailing 7-2. I wish I was right the first time. But the Bulldogs have played, as we said, an excellent game in all facets, pitching, hitting, and defense. And Jackson has not played as well for a change. Bodie Wolfford, though, has been excellent. This is his 3rd inning of work for the Ironmen, and he has not given up a thing so far. And he will try to keep the score right where it is right now and hope for some late inning magic from the offense. He will be facing the heart of the Bulldog order here in the 6th, Landon Baker, David Sharp, and Isaiah Arocho.
Jackson will be right back here at Sparky Howler Field Tuesday night as Miami Trace, the #2 team in the Frontier Athletic Conference, comes to Jackson. Then they'll go to Greenup, Kentucky is on the schedule right now. But Friday and Saturday, boy, good games, Pete Wilson, and we'll be here at home. Wheelersburg comes to town, and on Saturday will be Warren local. We've been trying to play Warren all year long, and I think they've been canceled by weather a couple times.
Nice curveball by Wolfford. That's called strike 2. Took something off that, and a very slow curve in there for called strike 2 to Landon Baker. Called ball 1, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ball is hit into center field. Johnson coming hard, can't get it. Drops in front of him. He gave it a go, but couldn't quite get there. Not hit very hard, and the looper falls in front of him. Looked like that might have been off the end of the bat. And Baker is on with a leadoff single.
2 hits in the game for Baker. 1 outstanding fielding play that was huge. But for the 5th time in 6 innings, Athens has got their leadoff hitter on base.
And that is also the first batter to reach against Wolfford here in 2 innings plus. Here's David Sharp now. He's been tough to deal with. 2 runs scored, hit by a pitch, double, which was on a smack into the left center field wall, and then walked also. Pitches off the outside part of the plate for ball 2. Fastball across the letters, strike 1. High ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. Athens crowd and the Athens team excited. You can understand as they lead the undefeated Ironmen. Team has played so well.
Trying to pick up their 16th victory on the season.
Well, they've been the better team today so far. Not over with, but Jackson down 5 here in the 6th inning. Ball is hit a mile high. Left fielder Jensen Green is under it and got it. Sharp hit it well, but got under it a little bit. It ends up to be an easy fly out there for Green for out number 1. Isaiah Arocho comes up, singled, grounded out the first, and struck out 1 through 3.
Easton McGraw in on the grass. Thinking a possible bunt. There goes a steal attempt. Baker was running on the pitch, dove into second base, but the foul ball makes him have to take the long walk back.
Looks like that was a hit and run situation, or maybe run and hit because the batter was off. Or rather, I'm sorry, the runner was off on the pitch. Pitch is high and inside, sails over the head of the batter. 1 ball and 1 strike. Baker gets a lead off first, 1 out, top of the 6th, 7-2 Bulldogs. Nice stop there by Noah Ernst as he shifted his body to keep it in front of him, and he also stopped the ball with the glove. 2 balls and 1 strike. Good technique there. Even if he doesn't get it with the glove, he probably blocks it with his body. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, throw down to second, and he slides in there safe.
Boy, it got a great jump because Noah threw a great throw down there, and Ryan was there, made the catch, but the runner was already there, so that's a stolen base. He did that on himself.
Now runner is at second with 1 out. The count is 2 balls and 2 strikes to the batter, Orocho. Bodie looks back at the runner. Here's the pitch. Curveball dropped in there. Beauty.
Yes. Unbelievably, that's his 4th called strikeout since coming in.
Obviously a good pitch, and maybe Orocho not expecting that backdoor curveball. Here is Dawson Kennedy. He got on with an error. He singled, and he was struck out. There's a grounder to Easton McGraw over to first. Did he get it or not? Yes, he did.
Yes.
Gavin Jones bobbled it, but then picked it up in time, so it goes out as a 5-3, 3rd out of the inning. For the Bulldogs, no runs, 1 hit, no Jackson errors. There was 1 runner left on base. Middle of the 6th, it's Athens 7, Jackson 2. This is Jackson Armin Baseball on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel.
Spring is in the air, and the McNerland Network team at Howard Hanna is proud to sponsor Herds of Hope and their annual Spring Vendor Fair. Join us April 5th at Christchurch in Jackson, where you can shop, support local vendors, and even sign up to be one yourself. Visit the McNerland Network team's Facebook page or Herds of Hopes to sign up, or call us at 702-6000. Have the link emailed to you. Plus, don't miss out on the Egg My Yard event. Let Herds of Hope's royalty help you hide eggs for your little ones. At Howard Hanna, we don't just sell homes, we invest in our community. Green and gold means sold. Call 702-6000 or stop by the McNerland Network team at 135 East Huron Street in Jackson for more details. See you at the Spring Vendor Fair, and don't forget to Egg My Yard.
One of the best tickets in town will always be activities at our local schools. Athletic events, concerts, and plays. You can always count on an enjoyable time. Our children are the future. Let's give them all the encouragement that we can. Go to a game, hear a concert, see a play. Ohio Valley Bank. Community first. Member FDIC.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Well, we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Jackson down to perhaps its last 6 outs. I hate to put it that way, but we are to that point, that situation. Jackson has 2 innings to make up 5 runs, and it's been very hard against Justin Bennett and this Athens defense. They've been able to get the outs when they need it. Jackson with some opportunities, but have not been able to put very many runs on the scoreboard, only 2 so far. Eli Ray will lead it off. He is singled and struck out.
Did score a run.
And Todd Compton, our sports editor with the Telegram, just passed along a score. The Jackson Iron Ladies softball team is playing one of the best softball programs in the area. Portsmouth Notre Dame. The score is 1-1 in the 4th inning.
Wow.
Not sure where that game is. But
supposed to be up on the hill.
Up on the hill then. Not far from here. So run up there after this one is over if you have time. Notre Dame defeated Hillsborough early this year. That tells you how good they are. Count the Ray is 1 ball and 1 strike. And that ball is hit high in the air to center field. Landon Baker's caught everything that's come that way so far, and that's the easiest play that he's going to have all night. Out number 1.
How unique is it to have a game down here at Sparky Howler Field, a game up there on the girls softball field, and have actually 4 very good teams involved. The 2 outstanding girls softball teams in a 1-1 game. Down here you got 2 league champions going at each other.
And Easton McGraw bunt single, and he is also struck out. Swinging and a miss. Bennett comes with his fastball. Bennett's done a very good job trying to stay ahead, or he has stayed ahead of the Jackson hitters, hasn't had them off balance sometimes with that curveball. But he also will throw his fastball and in a good location, like that one right there on the inside corner, strike 2. He's had 1-2 and 0-2 counts quite often tonight. That helps. And there's a line drive over the head of the leaping shortstop and into center field. So Easton McGraw gets a 1-out single, his 2nd hit of the game.
Number 19, Jensen Green.
We go back to the top of the order. Jensen Green, sacrifice bunt, fly to deep center, and then a deep double to right field. So he's officially 1 through 2. And it's all been, of course, against Bennett. Backdoor curveball in there, strike one. Bennett's gone 5 1/3 innings. Pitched outstanding baseball so far. Outside, ball one. Giving up some hits, but in the most important statistic, only 2 runs. And that's been more than enough for Athens today. Bennett looks over at the runner at first. Back in at the catcher, Sharp. Pitch. Sails outside with the fastball, ball 2.
Bennett has 6 strikeouts, and they've been in timely opportunities there, Pete Wilson. He has made some big outs in this contest. As you said, the Ironmen have hit the ball. They've got 7 hits, I think 8 hits now, but only 2 runs to show for it.
Pitch is down low, ball 3. Well, he hasn't walked very many. He's I think he's hit 1 batter, maybe 2.
He's hit 2 batters, only walked 1, I think. Did we even have a walk? He has not walked a batter that I have.
Well, that's been another secret to his success.
That's pretty amazing getting into the 6th inning.
Called strike 2.
Jensen threw his bat over toward the dugout, thinking he had a walk.
Green will have to come back. Sometimes the signal and the strike call is just a slight delay, so Green fooled on that. We'll give him that. 3-2 pitch. And there's a line drive right at the second baseman, throw back to first, double play. Talk about hitting into bad luck. Jensen Green scolds a line drive at the second baseman. McGraw caught off first base there on the line drive as he was going on contact there, and a double play gets Athens out of the 6th inning. In the inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. 6 innings in the books, and the Athens Bulldogs draw ever closer to knocking off the Jackson Ironmen for their first loss, the Ironmen's first loss. And at the end of 6, it's Athens 7, Jackson 2. This is Jackson Ironmen Baseball on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel.
Spring is in the air, and the McNerland Network team at Howard Hanna is proud to sponsor Herds of Hope and their annual Spring Vendor Fair. Join us April 5th at Christchurch in Jackson, where you can shop, support local vendors, and even sign up to be one yourself. Visit the McNerland Network team's Facebook page or Herds of Hopes to sign up, or call us at 702-6000 to have the link emailed to you. Plus, don't miss out on the Egg My Yard event. Let Herds of Hope's royalty help you hide eggs for your little ones. At Howard Hanna, we don't just sell homes, we invest in our community. Green and gold means sold. Call 702-6000 or stop by the McNerland Network team at 135 East Huron Street in Jackson for more details. See you at the Spring Vendor Fair, and don't forget to Egg My Yard.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Well, we go to the 7th inning. The Bulldogs leading 7-2. Yes, you heard me right. Athens 7, Jackson 2. The Bulldogs just 3 outs away, 1 inning away from pulling off a big non-conference victory. Remember, they are an outstanding team, 15-4 coming into this game, and they have played an outstanding game against our Ironmen. Bodie Wolfford has pitched very well on the mound since he's come in there. He's not given up any runs, just 1 hit. And he is on for his 4th inning of work. He will face Jack Christofko, Cade Short, and Noah Sinkoff. And there is a line drive right at Landon McGraw for the first out. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Easton McGraw with the catch there. Good hands.
Pitch is in there for strike 1.
Ironmen were down after 3 innings by a score of 7-2. So your other pitchers, they've done what you wanted them to do. They've kept them on the 7 spot. Bodie Wolfford, an awful lot of that to be thankful for. He's pitched very well. Just base runners and runs have been very tough today for Jackson. Justin Bennett has worked his way out of some spots, but boy, he's been very good.
And there's a Bouncer. Simons has it in the hole. This would be a tough play. And down at cage short is safe. Would have been a close play at first. Simons really had to throw off balance going to his right. Jones unable to come up with the short hop. I think he may have been safe anyway. Good play defensively there, but give Short credit for an infield single as he hit the ball to the right place. Here is Noah Sinkoff, who is, he's walked, doubled, and flied to left. So that's the second hit against Wolfford, and this one of the infield variety, and that's called strike on the outside corner.
They have had some seeing eye singles today, Pete.
That's baseball. Our men have had some atom balls.
Yep.
Certainly.
Yep, they sure have.
Drop the curveball in there again. Nice pitch, strike two. Wolfford looks over at first base. 0-2 pitch coming to Sinkoff. Called strike three on the outside corner. Another strikeout for Bodie Wolfford. Believe that is number 5.
And they've all been called third strikes.
And we go back to the top of the order, and Justin Bennett, he's one of the players of the game, mainly for his pitching, but he's also caused some trouble offensively. He scored a run, driven in a run for the Bulldogs. Pitch is called strike one. And that is hit in the air. Center fielder Nolan Johnson's coming in. He calls everybody off, and that's an easy third out of the inning. For the Bulldogs, no runs, 1 hit, no Jackson errors, 1 runner left on base. It's the Athens Bulldogs 7, the Jackson Ironmen 2 in the middle half of the 7th inning. This is Jackson Ironmen Baseball on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, the Telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
Southeast Appalachian Regional Community Health of Ohio is proud to present The Search Project. The Search Project through the Jackson County Health Department is a program designed to decrease the negative impacts of COVID-19 and other public health issues and promote healthy behaviors through the deployment of community health work. The project is funded by CDC and serves 11 counties in southeastern Ohio. For more information, contact the Jackson County Health Department at 740-935-6322.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
All right, we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning, and Jackson has the high mountain to climb of being down 5 runs and going against a pitcher who has just found a way to keep the Ironmen at bay the whole game. Ironmen have 8 hits, but only 2 runs. Big outs have been recorded by Bennett when he's needed to, and he has been backed up big time by his defense.
Pete, back in our era, Jefferson Starship had a big-time hit called Do You Believe in Miracles?
Okay, well.
We should be playing that right now, shouldn't we?
Right, I don't know whether it'll take a miracle, but it will take quite an effort here.
Yes, it will.
Given the way this game has gone so far and the way Bennett has pitched and the way his team has played behind him. Ryan Simons will start it off for the Ironmen. He has struck out, had a 2-run single. That is the Jackson's only 2 runs of the game. That was in the 2nd inning. And then he grounded out the 30s 1 through 3. First pitch is a strike. Outside and low, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ironmen have never given up as many as 7 runs in a game. That tells you how good their pitching and defense has been all season.
Well, basically, as we said earlier, 4 runs are the most the Ironmen have given up at any time this season, and they've given up 3 runs 3 other times. Every other outing has been less than 3 runs.
After that foul, the count to Simons is 1 ball and 2 strikes. That pitch is hit in the air. Center fielder coming in. He's going to, no, the left fielder, oh, and he dropped it. Simons is going to be safe at second base. It looked like, Dan, the center fielder had the best chance there, but the left fielder was on the move.
He called him off. He was on the dead run, got there, kind of backhanded it, and it didn't stay in the glove, so the Ironmen have an opportunity here.
Yeah, the center fielder was closest to it. A lot of times, you know, he's kind of like the alpha out there as far as calling plays, but the left fielder must have called it, had a chance to get it, just went off his glove, but he was on the move. The center fielder was waiting for it. Here's Nolan Johnson, reached on an error, was hit by a pitch, and also struck out. Let's see if that is what we need to get something going here. We need some help. Got the first runner on with an error by the left fielder. Simons, by the way, hustled into second base on that.
He never stopped running.
And that should have been an out.
That's the way Ryan Simons plays. We've seen it in 3 different sports.
He is a competitor of the highest order. Conference there between Sharp, the catcher, and Bennett, the pitcher. Sometimes you see that when there's an opposing runner on second base because of signs. Or it might be just saying, hey, listen, shake it off. Hey, we got a 5-run lead. Let's go. Let's get out of here and go home. Count to Johnson is no balls and 1 strike. Curveball, called strike. Thought that might have been a little high, Dan. 1 ball and 1 strike.
It's been a big plate today, though. It's been consistent, but boy, that one, he took a lot of the speed off that one, and Nolan was caught off guard.
No balls and 2 strikes really puts you on the defensive as a hitter when the count's 0-2. Swing and a miss on a fastball on the outside corner. That is out number 1 of the inning. 2 to go for Justin Bennett and the Bulldogs. Here's Gavin Jones, a single. Fly deep to center field and then singled again on a nice piece of hitting when he went the other way, trying to protect the plate on an 0-2 pitch, on a pitch that might have been a little outside. He got a base hit out of it. He is 2 for 3 for the game.
It's the 8th strikeout for Justin Bennett tonight. Last night, 14 Ironmen struck out, but they were able to pull away with a 5-1 victory. Talk about taking advantage of that opportunity, and it was a huge one, as it was a game that won them a Frontier Athletic Conference championship.
Simon still out there at second, but now with 1 out. And Jones swings and fouls as he swung at the first pitch. A lot of times he's taking, swinging there, strike 1. Well, you may as well. Bennett's been around the plate, seems to be in command of his pitches.
0 walks.
Yep, had some 3 ball counts, but not really all that many. There's a curveball, and it's fouled out. I think it's fouled out of play. The first baseman giving it a long run. I think it fell.
It stayed inside the fence, but it was just in a spot neither the first baseman could get there or the second baseman. Right fielder didn't even make the run.
Right over there, not too far behind first base and past the dugout. There's lots of room there in foul territory, and so it did land inside the fence, but no chance really for the first baseman to get to that one. But ahead of Jones, 0-2 is Bennett. And that pitch goes over. I don't know whether he crossed the catcher up or not, but it went over the head of the catcher, and down to third base on the wild pitch is Simets. Count to Jones is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Outside. Boy, that was close. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That curveball again on the outside corner. I think it was outside, but boy, when the count's 1 and 2, hard to lay off.
Haven't showed discipline. He stayed off of that one.
Ball is hit in the air. The right fielder coming in. No, I'm sorry, the second baseman. Lost track of where that ball was, so it'll pop up to the infield, and Athens 1 out away from knocking off the Ironmen. It would be the Ironmen's first loss of the season. I tell you what, Dan, when you know he's got that curveball, it really makes the fastball all that faster.
I wouldn't call his fastball
Bennett.
great, would you, Pete Wilson? But boy, it's been effective because of the curve.
Noah Ernst come up. He is Jackson's last chance. He's been hit by a pitch, took a called third strike, and flied out to right. Simon's at third base, but 2 men are out now, and Athens leading 7-2, 1 out away from a big non-conference victory, and the curveball is called strike once again on the outside corner.
He has painted the corners today.
Called strike 2 on the outside corner. That was the fastball. Really had the Jackson hitters off balance for most of the day. Sharp setting up on that outside corner and low again. And he puts it on outside, but too far outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I think it's 2 strikes. Scoreboard says 1 and 1.
Now they corrected it. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on third.
And there's a line drive into right field. Right fielder's going. It's going to go over his head. Simon scores. Here comes Gavin Jones into second, and he is going to slide hands first. So
actually, Noah Ernst.
I'm sorry. Noah Ernst, a double. He hit that to right field. The right fielder looked like he might have had a play, but the ball kept going, went over the head of the right fielder. In to score is Ryan Simons, and so the Ironmen stay alive. It's now 7-3. That's the Ironmen's first run since the second inning when they scored twice. Tucker Williams struck out, singled, flied to center deep, 1 for 3. Pitch is high, ball 1.
Seemed like a long time ago we honored 6 seniors, Pete. It is senior day here at Sparky Howler Field. Tucker, one of those 6.
Foul. Strike 2. Once again, Justin Bennett has a good Ironman hitter down 0-2. Pitch coming. Curveball just missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That was that curveball again. Once again, on the outside part of the plate. No, it's 2 balls and 1 strike. I thought the first pitch was a ball, but I didn't see any correction on the scoreboard or from the umpire, but he does now. So the count is 2-1. Fastball, called strike 2 on the outside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, the second time this inning we've been down to our last strike. Noah Ernst took advantage of it before with the double to right field.
2-2 pitch coming. Here it is. Curveball is hit in the air. Right fielder coming in, and he's got it. That's it. The Bulldogs win a big victory tonight, or rather today, non-conference, but I know they feel good about knocking off the Jackson Ironmen, and they're hugging each other over there, and they should be celebrating. They played a good game. For the Ironmen, they had 1 run. There was 1 hit. There was 1 Athens error. There was 1 runner left on base. The final score, the Athens Bulldogs 7, the Jackson Ironmen 3. The Jackson Ironmen's 19-game winning streak comes to an end, and the Athens Bulldogs go to 16-4. We will take a 4-minute break, and then we'll be back to recap this game and hopefully talk to Coach Josh McGraw. Once again, the final score, the Athens Bulldogs 7, the Jackson Ironmen 3. This is Jackson Ironman Baseball, and this is the Total Media Sports YouTube channel.
Southeast Appalachian Regional Community Health of Ohio is proud to present The Search Project. The Search Project through the Jackson County Health Department is a program designed to decrease the negative impacts of COVID-19 and other public health issues and promote healthy behaviors through the deployment of community health work. The project is funded by CDC and serves 11 counties in southeastern Ohio. For more information, contact the Jackson County Health Department at 740-935-6322.
Parks Edge Event Center. Start planning your event today.
I'm Chad Niddle, your Jackson Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Chad Niddle and Edward Jones are a proud sponsor of Jackson Ironman Baseball. Give us a call at 740-286-4872 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs.
Edward Jones, Member Securities Investor Protection Corp.
Southeast Appalachian Regional Community Health of Ohio is proud to present The Search Project. The Search Project through the Jackson County Health Department is a program designed to decrease the negative impacts of COVID-19 and other public health issues and promote healthy behaviors through the deployment of community health work. The project is funded by CDC and serves 11 counties in southeastern Ohio. For more information, contact the Jackson County Health Department at 740-935-6322.
Osborne Equipment Service.
Is Ralph there?
You sure you've got the right number?
Is he there?
Well, what's he look like?
He's got white hair and spots.
Is Ralph your dog?
He's a Dalmatian.
Why would he be here at Osborne Equipment Service?
You always say you have something for everyone.
We do, with service for trucks, trailers, buses, and RVs, and we're family owned and operated. Maybe you should look in your backyard for Ralph.
I'll just call his cell phone.
Your diesel specialist since 1979. Osborne Equipment Service in Jackson, Ohio. Call 800-937-3501.
Our family works hard so we can serve your family. That's the motto at Ramey's Used Cars, which is located 7 miles west of MacArthur on US Route 50 next to Ramey's Homes. Ramey's has been providing quality pre-owned vehicles since 1970, and Ramey's also has a high-quality parts department. Give Ramey's Automotive a call today at 596-4694, and don't forget to check out John's weekly specials. Just look for the signs and the vehicles in the front of the lot.
Home. It's your sanctuary. It's pajamas at noon and cookies in the oven. It's fingerprints on the wall and heights measured in a doorway. It's the one place in the world that you know better than anyone else. Jackson County Banking Center wants to help you build that messy, wonderful, cherished place where you can live a life you love for years to come. That's our promise. Jackson County Banking Center, here for you now, here for your future. Visit vcnbfamily.bank for our construction special. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, the Telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more, in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
One of the best tickets in town will always be activities at our local schools. Athletic events, concerts, and plays. You can always count on an enjoyable time. Our children are the future. Let's give them all the encouragement that we can. Go to a game, hear a concert, see a play. Ohio Valley Bank. Community first. Member FDIC.
been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
All right, we're back here at Dick Sparky Haller Field where this non-conference game has just been completed, and it's newsy. The Athens Bulldogs have defeated the Jackson Ironmen 7-3 in a big non-conference showdown between two conference champions. Jackson, the champion of the Frontier Athletic Conference, Athens, the champions of the Tri-Valley Conference Ohio Division. And we're joined by Coach Josh McGraw now. And Coach, up one game last night. That was a big one over Miami Trace, but lose to Athens today. But two fine teams, and you've kind of said it all along with this team, the long winning streak. Somewhere along the line, you know, things aren't going to fall right. But give Athens credit. They played one heck of a game.
They did play a heck of a game. Yeah, it's one of those, we've ran into this a few times. The pitching matchup didn't line up. They had their one on the mound, we still had good pitching on the mound, just didn't have our day. And it just didn't work out. We were never. That's a hard thing in this sport. You're not going to go undefeated. That loss was going to come eventually. You just never wanted to get here. But sometimes it can make you a little better. You learn from it, things like that. It was a tough situation. Getting a big win last night, and put all our really all our mental and physical energy into beating Miami Trace and a good pitcher on the mound in Stuckey, and then coming back here a few hours later and playing an early morning game. That's tough. But, there's no excuses. We don't look at it that way. It's just you got to handle your business, and, we didn't today. But, we hit a lot of balls hard, and, Bodie came in and kept us in the game, did a great job. It just didn't fall in the end.
Right. Dan and I were talking about it during the game as Athens built their lead and then were able to hold it. I know you want to score more than 3 runs, but on the other end of it, I don't think you've given up more than 4 runs any game until this game. And so that says something about how good your pitching and defense has been all year, that 7 runs is the most you've given up.
Yeah, it has been great all year. The pitching's been phenomenal. We've leaned on it. These guys on the mound today were kind of in a tough spot. They haven't been on the mound in a while because of rainouts and different things like that. I think almost all of them had 2 weeks off. Still playing physically tired and beat up. They had a tough job ahead of them. And it just didn't land. It's a good team. You give up a few walks, a few hit batters, and then you make an error or two. And that's the difference in the game. We normally don't do that. We normally hold. We hold teams and we take advantage of situations like that. Today, got taken advantage of on us.
Right, you had 9 hits against Bennett, but he went the whole way, and he seemed to get big outs when he needed them. And they had some really good defensive plays at critical times when you hit the ball hard. Yeah, they did. Bodie crushed the ball today, and didn't have a whole lot to show for it. Tucker had a couple good rips right there, and they made the plays. And that's what you got to do to win games like this. And I think truthfully, we talk about the Ohio State effect. They came in. This was kind of the highlight of their season, and that's what it has been. Everybody we played trying to knock us off, and we didn't really match the momentum today and the intensity, and it's tough. But we'll learn from this and move on, and keep getting better. I was telling the boys, you were never gonna go undefeated. That's not gonna happen. Do we get better from this? Things like that, and we will. We'll handle it like men. Get back to work on Monday. And get better, because a loss can help you, and that's the one thing you never want to lose. But how you handle things, and it can help you the next game if it's handled a certain way. And we'll see how that works. Well, we've talked about it from the time you went into double digits on win to start the season, but still remarkable. 19-game winning streak to start the season. 19-game winning streak anytime during the season. Yes. That'll you wonder if something like that could ever be duplicated. Probably not. That's tough. It's a lot of mental anguish. You're undefeated and everyone knows it, and the kids kind of feel like they could feel it a little bit, things like that, and that's not what you want to think about in baseball. You're worried about losing or winning or whatever. You just go out and play your game. So, it's a great accomplishment. We talked about there. You can be mad that it's over, or you can be excited that it happened. And we're going to lean on the excited that we were 19-0 to start the season, and we still got a couple weeks left in the season and then tournament. And it's time to turn it on right now. We'll reset and start a new season. All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about that game last night, because even as good as this season's been, that certainly has to be one of the big victories of the season, to go over to Miami Trace in a must-win situation for the Panthers. throwing out their best pitcher, one of the best pitchers you're going to run into all year, Gage Stuckey, and being able to come away with a 5-1 victory.
Yeah, I'd say he's arguably the best pitcher we seen all year. And we handled it. We had some strikeouts and different things like that. And you're going to against great pitching like that. But we found a way to get better each at bat and get our runs when we could. It was a great win. You came out and battled. The defense was spectacular last night. Everyone, their entire infield, outfield play, Noah behind the plate, it was awesome. It's just kind of hard to talk about when you lose, Pete. You get all upset. But, our goal at the beginning of the season definitely wasn't an undefeated season, but one of them was an FAC title. Accomplishing that last night, and outright, we're outright champs 2 years in a row. That's a big deal to these young men, to me. It was great. It was great to see how excited they were, and we got them again Tuesday. We're going for that gold ball, undefeated, FAC season. It's going to be awesome.
Right, and of course, it's kind of old hat. We always can say that, but on the other end of the pitching matchup, Gavin Jones goes 7 innings again, gives up 1 run. I guess it was unearned, I'm told.
Yeah.
So once again, he can say that he outdueled Gage Stuckey.
Yeah, we leaned on him again. Gavin was awesome from the first inning on. They had base runners in the first few innings. He stopped the bleeding. Didn't allow anything across, got a big pitch, a big strikeout, a big pop-up. That's what he's been doing. He was a dog on the mound. And, he's been a little sore. It's going to be good to get him a week off. But, man, we needed him last night, and he stepped up. He led us on the mound. And then, when we had a chance to get some big hits, Easton found a way on base. And, I think it might have been Bodie that got him in. I think so. I'm not sure who got him in. But Bodie had a big RBI right there, and Tucker had a big RBI later in the game. Great base running last night, all the way around. And then to close it out, Gavin was getting a little tired, and he relied on his defense in the last inning. Easton McGraw and Ryan Simons were spectacular in the field, kind of held them to where they were at. And it was good to get out there with a win and an FAC title.
Okay, well, still 19-1 overall.
Yeah.
A undisputed FAC championship, maybe even a chance at the gold ball. A coach with 201 wins, I think. Am I up with you?
202.
202 here. I'm sorry.
202 at Jackson.
202 here at Jackson High School. So I would say it's a pretty spectacular, memorable season, and it will go on. We invite you to all be here next Tuesday when the Ironmen play their next game. It'll be against Miami Trace. That'll be going for the gold ball, which will be great. And let's start a new winning streak.
Let's start a new one, Pete.
All right. Thank you very much, Coach Josh McGraw, for coming over to talk. Once again, Ironmen do lose their first game, but let's look at it like this. It was a great ride, and the Athens Bulldogs won this game as much as Jackson lost the game because they played very well, Dan.
Oh, unbelievable run for the Ironmen. But you know what? You do need one of these once in a while. You hated to see it happen on there, but let's see if the Ironmen can now make a run, finish out the season. Big week of baseball next week. You have a lot. You have the tournament now is around the corner, but the Ironmen going for the gold ball win on Tuesday night. Everybody should come out and watch this team play. That will be exciting. You're going to see the second best team in the Frontier Athletic Conference taking the field here. But then plenty of baseball left as Jackson will then, I think, have Green up later in the week. And then a Friday, Saturday games here at Sparky Haller Field. Wheelersburg comes to town. That was a 4-1 win by the Ironmen at Wheelersburg. So a lot of exciting baseball in the next couple weeks and tournament right around the corner.
All right, once again, Athens Bulldogs, 7 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors. The Jackson Ironmen, 3 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors. Jackson does lose its first game of the season finally here into the second week of May. 19-1. Athens goes to 16-4. We'll tee it up and do it again on Tuesday. So for Dan Morrow, for the tech crew, for all you listeners out there, this is Pete Wilson, and we'll see you on Tuesday.
Thanks for watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.